It's Brian Hayes, and I have a confession to make. I skipped the gym a lot over the summer months, but thanks to the judgment-free zone at Planet Fitness, I'm back in my routine and feeling better than ever. Planet Fitness offers a variety of high-quality, brand-name cardio and strength equipment, and get this, a membership will only cost you $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month. So visit planetfitness.ca today or pop into a gym near you and get back into your routine at Planet Fitness.
This year, warm up to winter in Ontario, to romantic trips, cozy cabins, warm up to some cool adventure, skiing, ice climbing, skate trails, snowshoeing, chill out by a fire, sipping ice wine, going to a food festival, or a resort. Winter in Ontario. We're warming up to you. Plan it now at destinationontario.com.
We all know things tend to break when you need them most, like your furnace breaking down in the middle of a cold snap. That's why Enercare is offering a free furnace checkup for homeowners in the GTA. That's a $99 value. If your furnace has any issues, our Enercare experts can fix it, or we can get you a new one as soon as the next day. Don't get stuck shivering. Keep your home comfortable with Enercare. Terms and conditions apply. Visit enercare.ca.
Enercare, experts at home.
This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And opening up a two-game road trip to Atlanta. Tonight at Atlanta, Saturday night in Atlanta. Welcome to Tangerine Raptors basketball. Let's go over to Paul Jones and Javon Shepard. And Jonesy, the Raptors have won 3 of their last 4, as you know. Atlanta has lost their last 2, 4 and 6 in their last 10. And that odd series of both games in Atlanta tonight and Saturday. So I'm sure the Raptors want to boost that road record.
Yeah, Jim, it's, we call it the baseball series, where you're in town for a few days and playing the same team. And for the Hawks, it's a 3 games in 4 nights scenario, all at home. I mean, it's nice to have a homestand, but you're packing 3 games on 4 nights. Last night, Atlanta loses to a much improved and still improving Detroit Pistons team, 114-104. And then tonight, they got to turn around and take on the Raptors, who have been better. The defensive intensity has picked up, as we've seen. It's being led by Scotty Barnes. The Raptors are really trying to come into their own. Look, the record says one thing, but on the other side, you look at the fact that the Raptors haven't been healthy, Javon. That was the biggest thing. And this is the team that Jim's talked about. I mean, they're 4-2 at home in January. I mean, they got wins over Boston and Golden State and, good teams in that sense. But this is the team we thought we were going to see at the beginning of the year, but they weren't healthy. And they had a brutal schedule. And here you are coming into the game tonight, sitting with the record that you have. And, it's a never great phrase, but at 11-32, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, here's the key, right? You have a young team, a developing team, and the important part is from developing ground up, right? Building a solid foundation, and where that starts, especially with young teams, are on the defensive side of the floor, right? You feel the last 4 games rather, the Raptors have done a better job of contesting, getting deflections, and being locked in on that side of the floor. They've been holding teams to 105 over the last 4. And even talking about Scotty Barnes, his laser focus, he had a tough matchup against Paolo Banchero a couple days ago, and he did an exceptional job.
Yeah.
Making things difficult on him. And Paolo is a tough cover, right? He's alone. So for me, it is, you've been waiting for this team to get healthy, but getting healthy and playing good basketball the right way is important. Offense is always going to come. These guys are in the NBA because they can put the basketball on the hole. You have role players, you have star players, you have guys, specialty guys. But what are you going to do on the defensive side of the floor? And that's how you start to build out.
Well, the starters are ready to take the floor. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Vit Krejci, Jalen Johnson, and Onyeka Okongwu for Atlanta. Davion Mitchell, Grady Dick, Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett, and Jakob Poeltl for the Toronto Raptors. And as always, we'll tell you that Tonight's starting lineup is driven by Subaru. Get out in winter with standard symmetrical, full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. See if the Raptors can get their drive going tonight. Raptors will wear the red at State Farm Arena, and the Hawks will wear the black with the red and gold trimming. As we get set to tip it off, Grady Dick coming off a nice game the other night, and he took us out of our chair, Javon. Hey, man.
Don't go there yet. Don't go there yet, Jones.
I'm an old man, and it takes a lot. I was going to say, it takes a lot to get it moving, to get me moving with the amount of basketball I've seen. But listen, Grady came down the baseline and made me move. He made me get out of my chair.
Left foot takeoff, cocked it back, and Caleb Houston trying to fly by and contest a shot, punched it on him. We had Corey Joseph trailing the play, trying to defend. I said, oh, Grady, you showing us something.
Quinn Snyder in his third season as head coach. They had a season-high 29-point win in Toronto. So let's see what the Raptors come up with. It's a test now. They've been good at home. They're going to take it on the road. They've had a really difficult time on the road, but never a time like the present to turn it around and get things going. Raptors 1-19 on the road. Will the roulette ball land on their square tonight? They take the opening tip and bring it front court from right to left. Pirtle gets it to Mitchell. Cross court, Grady drives baseline, up and under, no good, but fouled by Okongwu. And Grady with a nice move, not settling for the jump shot. He will get to the free throw line for a couple of shots.
Great offense by the Raptors, just trusting it and staying poised, right? The mid-ball screen to start, and then you get into your 5-out action, and you see the cuts off of the backside, the cuts off of the strong side, and Grady getting that look that we're talking about, similar to that dunk he had that we were mentioning, that baseline drive and acrobatic attempt at the basket, gets fouled and now knocks down the first of 2 free throws.
Grady knocks down both of them. The Raptors score on their first touch at the free throw line. And it's 2-0 Toronto. Scotty picking up Jalen Johnson full court and is in his kitchen. And the Raptors get a deflection and a steal. 4-on-3, Toronto, broken floor. The pass across, headed for Barrett from Grady Dick, was knocked away by Daniels, who was trying to convince referee James Williams that it was their ball. And while they're trying to do that, Grady's left wide open and knocks down a 5 o'clock practice shot for 3 in the bottom of the well, Javon. 5-0 Toronto.
Created by Scotty, setting the tone defensively, but also rushing his team, get the basketball inbounded so he can zip that thing over to Grady.
Okongwu in the lane, kicks it out. Trae Young, deep 3, good. 5-3 Hawks, trailing the Raptors. Toronto brings it front court in the red from right to left. Pat Frayer, John Connolly, and James Williams, the officials tonight. Barnes drive, lay it up and in, far side, right wing. Going down the right side of the lane, gives Toronto a 7-3 lead.
Tough to recover and contest that when Scotty dips that left shoulder and extends with the right hand.
Okongwu in the lane, lays it up and in. Atlanta cuts the lead back to 2, 7-5. Raptors miss, here comes Vit Krejci. Brings it front court, right side, near wing to Trae Young on Grady. Young carrying the ball on every dribble. Kicks it up top to Krejci, whose 3 is good. Atlanta into a 1-point lead, 8-7.
Grady staying down in his stance. Krejci getting that basketball at the top of the key, and Pirtle playing a little bit too far off, giving him the shot.
Raptors down 1. Mitchell, far side. Into the lane, lobs it to Pirtle. Great use of the body by Pirtle. That was like a box out where the free throw line was the basket. Pirtle just held him off. Young in the lane to Dyson Daniels. Can't squeeze it. Out of bounds, Toronto basketball. Dyson Daniels has drawn the assignment on R.J. Barrett tonight. Mitchell front court. Raptors up 9-8, 9:29 first quarter. Barrett 3 in the bottom of the well. Catch and shoot. Knock it down, young man.
Big time read by Davion Mitchell. That ball screen on the right side of the floor. Reading the help and throwing that pass out to RJ in the left corner.
Cross-court pass intercepted by Grady. Runs it front court. Reverse layup up and in. The Raptors into a 6-point lead, 14-8. Grady aware and active in the passing lane.
Good start for the Raptors defensively, forcing 3 turnovers which have led to 8 points.
Johnson in the corner. Scotty in his stand, sitting in his chair right in front of him. Jalen Johnson gets it to Krejci. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Barnes. Outlet Mitchell. Up the far side, right wing. Raptors moving right to left. Barnes in the lane, lobs it to Pirtle, who jams it down. 16-8 Toronto, and Quinn Snyder says, stop the train. Stop the train, I need to talk.
I really like the energy that I'm seeing from Scotty Barnes. A great lob pass, but again, on the other end of the floor, his laser focus on the defensive end of the floor. And we talked about this earlier. Scotty Barnes can be a heck of a defender as long as he's focused, as so long as he's engaged. And we're seeing him pick up off a good game against Orlando right where he left off here today.
8:39 first quarter. Raptors out to a 16-8 lead. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the label.
Looking to kick the new year off on a healthier note? Why not add a little spice to your life? Now you can with new Nordic's Chili Burn Max. Packed with chili, green tea, and black cumin, Chili Burn Max is Scandinavia's #1 weight loss supplement. For over 20 years, tens of thousands of users have trusted new Nordic's Chili Burn Max to help them achieve their weight goals. Find it at Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, Loblaws, Jean Coutu, and London Drugs, or shop online at Amazon and newnordic.ca.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Back in Toronto, Raptors leading Atlanta 16-8. Good start for the Toronto Raptors. Shooting 85%, 86% at 6 of 7. Looks like one of my phys ed marks. It was the best subject where I got the highest mark. Not like down in the 50s where I'm sure the shooting percentage will fall to at some point, but right now Toronto riding the wave. Atlanta ball in the black. With the red and gold trim, they come front court left to right. Dyson Daniels near side, right wing. Gets it to Trae Young. Lobs it in the lane to Okongwu, who jams it down. In Atlanta, Quinn Snyder wants to pick up the intensity. They jump on the Raptors after the bucket. Pick up 94 feet. Toronto into the front court. Lob to Grady on the alley-oop from Jakob Poeltl. Trae Young caught gravity bound as Grady slams it home.
You get so caught off guard by Grady playing above the rim because Trae Young's playing defense, expecting to run out to the three-point line, and Grady's going above the rim.
Corner jumper, no good from Jalen Johnson. Here comes Toronto. Barrett to Poeltl in the lane. Yak puts it up, no good. Missed an easy left-hand floater. Here comes Daniels. Kicks it out top. Trae Young, guarded by Barnes. Inside, Johnson to Okongwu. Floats it up, no good, and they're going to get Pirtle on the push down low.
Yeah, Pirtle just late getting back into the play, and Okongwu already had the basketball there, getting up to the rim. And I respect it, right? Don't give Atlanta anything easy and force them to get it at the free throw line. Make it tough.
So Grady off to a nice start. 9 points. As Toronto leads at 18-10. Onyeka Okongwu on the line. Fifth-year player out of USC. 6th overall pick by the Hawks in 2020. In the starting lineup with Clint Capella now on the bench. Here comes Barnes, front court for Toronto. 7:20 to go first quarter, 18-12 Raptors. Pirtle between the circles. Now gets it to Davion Mitchell, dribble handoff. Mitchell into the lane. Kicks to Grady, shot fake, drive into the lane. Lays it up and in. Scotty playing offensive lineman, holding the defense off, so Grady had a clear path. Krejci drives, leans in. Davion Mitchell knew that Krejci was going to jump sideways, move those feet, and Krejci off balance, missed the shot. Raptors in the lane, turn it over. Pirtle can't handle the pass from Barrett. Back comes Trae Young. Bottom of the logo three is short. Long rebound. They kick it out to Krejci. Now to Young. 6:40 first quarter. 20-12 Toronto. Young on the bounce against Scotty Barnes. Floater at the free throw line, no good. Rebound Barnes. Outlet to Barrett. Toronto on the run. Barrett drives. His pass deflected. And the Hawks make the steal. Here comes Young to Daniels. Lay it up, no good. Rebound, Pirtle, outlet, Mitchell. 20-12 Toronto. We approach the halfway mark first quarter. Mitchell on the bounce. Gets it to Barrett, far side. On Trae Young, he says to Grady, moves the head, say, get out of here, let me take this guy. Krejci, though, sitting in his lap on the block. Cross-court pass to Grady. Saves it to Mitchell, and Mitchell is fouled by Jalen Johnson as he retrieved the ball and started to get to the basket.
Everybody, all five players have to recognize that matchup on the floor, right? RJ has the mismatch on Trae Young, and both Pirtle and Scotty Barnes are clogging up the paint there. At that point, he already asked Grady to clear out. He wants that right block to just work on the matchup.
Don't call me now. I'm trying to eat.
I'm trying to eat.
Grady, where you going? No, I didn't invite you over for dinner. Raptors inbound. 5:50 first quarter. Jamal Shed into the game. It's Grady in the corner. Drives. Tries to float it up. Tough shot. Knocked away. Here comes Atlanta. They tried to get it to Bogdanovic, who was in the game.
Atlanta right now, they've had a number of fast break opportunities. They just haven't been able to convert. Miscue on passes and the soft deliveries.
Okongwu up top for Atlanta. Hawks in the black, moving left to right. Krejci, step back three above the arc, near side, no good. Rebound, Bruce Brown. Brown brings it front court. On the dribble to Grady. Into the corner to Brown. Bruce down the baseline. Kicks it out to Grady. To Barrett. RJ far side. Drives on DeAndre Hunter. Gets to the basket. Lays it up. No foul. He was hit and went sideways. Didn't get the bucket. Didn't get the call. Back come the Hawks. Hunter drives. Floats it up. No good. Atlanta wanted the foul. Toronto saying same thing at the other end, and they strip Okongwu. 3-on-2, and now Krejci reaches in and fouls Bruce Brown.
That's another situation for Atlanta, right, Jonesy? They had a 5-on-4 opportunity in the break and just didn't come up with a good shot, right? You've got to find a way to move the basketball and get yourself to the rim. They end up with an offensive rebound, but three Raptor defenders, three Raptor red shirts, come up with the basketball.
4:52 first quarter. Raptors ahead 20-12. Jacoby Walter in for Grady Dick. Brown in the lane. Bruce floats it up and in. Man, he just all fast twitch, Bruce Brown, huh? He just, like I said, he's one of those cats. He takes off his shoes after the game, and they keep running for 10 minutes.
Good to see him playing a bit more spry, looks a bit healthier, trusting that leg, that knee a bit more, even on his attacks to the basket.
Yeah, that's what he told us after the game the other night. He said, I'm feeling a little bit more confident now.
And you know what, he was candid, not 100% there, but it's more about gaining and building that confidence. Any player that's come back from a surgery, you know that you could be physically healed, but just getting out there and back to live action, game action, where you're playing against another team, there's other cuts, you have to build up that trust, that confidence in that injury.
So the foul was on Jacoby Walter. Dyson Daniels at the line. 4:31 first quarter. Daniels' second free throw good. Raptors up 22-13. Jamal Shed, front court. Gets it to Walter. Jacoby right side above the arc, far wing, and is fouled by Bogdanovic. Changed speed, changed directions, and put Bogdanovic in a compromising position, taking the foul. Raptor ball, front court in the red. 4:20 to go, first quarter, clock running. Brown in the lane. Kicks it to Pirtle. Foul line, push shot is good. Jakob with the shot put. That thing's as reliable as starting your car in the winter, man. It goes.
Well, and that's how the Raptors are really eating right now, running that mid-ball screen action, and Pirtle getting those push shots. Bruce Brown running at the top of the key.
Bogdanovic, long three, no good. Atlanta gets the offensive rebound. Second chance for them. Daniels drive, puts it up, no good. But the foul called on Bruce Brown as Daniels drove it.
And Bruce Brown, Jonesy, he's more of like a Swiss Army knife, right?
Yeah.
Remember a couple nights ago when playing against Orlando, you had Kelly Olynyk running the ball screen, handling the basketball, and Bruce Brown was the screener, right? The small on big screen, and that was reminiscent of him in Denver, reminiscent of him in Brooklyn. And he did an exceptional job setting those screens, rolling to the basket, and finishing around the rim.
So let's take a timeout. 3:53 to go, first quarter. 24-14, Toronto by 10. Hawks trailing the Raptors. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They could help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-656-7129. That's 1-800-656-7129. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-656-7129. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-656-7129. Ontario license number 4705786.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
(24-14). Toronto leading Atlanta. 3:53 to go, first quarter. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, along with Jag Kang and producer Owen Hall. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg at halftime. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. And Javon, the Raptors putting a little money in the bank, shooting 77% still. Raptors doing a good job of passing, too.
Basketball.
Yeah.
8 assists on 10 made field goals.
Toronto will stay in Atlanta and play the Hawks again on Saturday. The baseball series, as I like to call it. Stay in town for a few days.
Not a bad place to be.
Yeah. Could be
worse.
Could be worse. Dyson Daniels will stand on the line. He made the first free throw when the Raptors called their timeout. Daniels, a young man, got a chance to watch him when I was over in Paris this year at the Olympics, playing for the Australian team in that group of death. Australia, Greece, Spain, and Canada. Canada comes out unscathed at 3-0 and then draws the short straw, has to play France. In France. And after Canada had owned them for the last 3 years. Just bad timing, but that's the way sports goes. 24-15, Raptors by 9, 3:40. First quarter, Barnes misses the layup, but in trying to retrieve the rebound, Bogdanovic taps it into his own bucket. Scotty gets credit. The Raptors up 11, biggest lead of the game at 26-15.
Hey, 2 is 2. 2 is 2. 2 is always going to be worth 2. Great job by Scotty coming off that shuffle cut. Jamal Shed setting a heck of a screen to get him open.
Darko upset with James Williams. The call on Jamal Shed on Trae Young down low. I've always believed when little guys go into the post, they get different refereeing than when big guys are down there. People are used to seeing big guys body bump down there. They see little guys do it, something doesn't look right. They're blowing the whistle. Jalen Johnson in the lane, spins, fouled by Shed, or is that Walter? That's Jacoby Walter. And Jalen Johnson, a guy who, if I had a vote, he might get one for most improved player this year. He's been doing the job. And as I heap praise upon him, he misses the free throw.
That one up. I'll let you follow it up.
He misses the free throw. Now, listen, this broadcaster jinx stuff, if you think I have that kind of power, as I said, we're going to buy Lotto and Powerball tickets, because I don't.
I will say, though, he's one of 10 players averaging 15 or more points and 10 or more rebounds. So you might be onto something. I don't know about the broadcaster jinx, but...
Olynyk in the ball game for Toronto. Kicks it to Walter, near side. Elbow jumper, pull up, no good. Long rebound, Atlanta. Front court, Bogdanovic on the run. Inside, they kick it out. Bogdanovic 3 is good.
Rookie mistake by Walter there. Trae Young had the basketball, got into the paint, just turned his back, and Trae has been a really good passer, leading the league in assists.
Shed 3 near side, no good. Rebound, here comes Bogdanovic. Atlanta down 26-19, and they throw it away. Toronto 3-on-2, broken floor. Classic basketball. Run the lane, ball in the middle. Bogdanovic drives on Jacoby Walter, lays it in, and gets the foul. He'll go to the line for the old-time three-point attempt. Atlanta cuts it to 28-21, and a free throw to come for Bogdanovic. Yeah, you're right, Javon. Nobody does that anymore. No. Old-time, classic.
I was actually sitting here waiting for him to run to the
three-point line.
Three.
I know.
And he's been shooting the basketball well over the last couple of games, right? 12 for 18 from 3 in his last 7. So I was expecting him to get to that three-point line, the corner 3. But good job running, staying wide, and then cutting to the basket as soon as you get to the 45. And guess what?
Somewhere
Lo and behold, you got 2 points.
Somewhere your man John Beeline is talking about get the ball in the middle, traditional, run, cut the lane. And like I said, Stockton and Malone are smiling somewhere too.
Hey, you see where Coach Beeline is now, sitting on Big Ten Network, doing the same thing we are. So
28-21. Raptors by 7. Olynyk 3 up top. Rattles, doesn't go. Boucher tips it, can't squeeze it. Jalen Johnson has it. Outlet to Dominic Barlow on the run. Olynyk strips him as he goes airborne. Toronto comes back. Boucher into the corner to Shed. Far side, right wing. Raptors by 7. Minute 35. First quarter, 28-21. Olynyk down low. Knocked out of bounds by DeAndre Hunter. Atlanta got caught there. They were using the flying switch because Olynyk had a mismatch. And Hunter over just in time to knock it out of bounds, or else that's a layup for KO. Shed inbound, left wing, near side, on the baseline to Brown in the corner. And now they've got a foul. It'll go on Bogdanovic. Raptors ran their inbound play, and Bogey tried to blow up a screen and got called for the foul.
Bogey's lazy on that screen, right? And Bruce Brown faked the stacked back screen and slipped out. Kelly was that screener cleaning it up on the right side, the strong side. And Bogdanovic, not known as necessarily a defender, just ran into Kelly, and all of a sudden he was tangled up. You got to fight over that. There's not much real estate there.
All right. Fly paper, man. Sticky paper on the screen. Coaches don't like that. Olynyk knocks down a couple of free throws. Raptors go up 30-21. Back comes Atlanta. Front court, left to right. Bogdanovic has it go off his leg on the catch as he was moving towards the basket, well above the three-point line. Just fumbled it like somebody greased it on him, and he dribbled it like a football out of bounds. 30-21, Raptors by 9. Biggest lead was 11, and it's 11 now as Bruce Brown slices to the hoop. He and Kelly Olynyk with some burgeoning chemistry. The Raptors tipped the inbound pass after the basket. Shed went after it and couldn't get it as there was a foul created by Jamal trying to get the ball that was loose, but again,
Kelly putting just enough zest and enough oomph on that bounce pass to Bruce Brown to the basket. And you know what happens there? As soon as you enter that basketball to that right elbow, Scotty and Bruce Brown are about to enter their splits. And defensively, you don't know what you're doing. You really have to communicate. There's one guy staying low, one guy staying high. No switch, and Bruce Brown just gets behind the defense. Kelly delivering it soft touch, easy into the lane.
32-22. 10-point lead for Toronto. Barlow on the line. Second free throw is good. Here comes Toronto. Barnes kicks it out. Touch pass. Brown, corner three. Yes, sir. Down the bottom of the well, and Bruce tips the imaginary cap to the Atlanta bench. 35-23, Toronto by 12. Hunter back. His jumper no good. Rebound, Davion Mitchell between two Hawks. Takes it away. Darko says, let me run something here. Mitchell walks it over the front court line. Raptors in the red, coming right to left. They lead by 12, largest lead of the game. Barnes, top of the circle. To Boucher, three in the air, no good. Rebound, Bogdanovic.
Probably should have found Kelly under the basket, had Trae Young matched up on him. Trae thought he was safe because he had, again, that switch on the fly, getting away from Scotty Barnes, ran right into Kelly.
Young up top, gets it to Barlow on the drive, floats it up and in. 35-25, 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Mitchell into the corner. Brown, three in the air, under duress, no good. He wanted the foul on Trae Young on the contest. Not going to get it.
Great job by Scotty Barnes, setting the tone defensively for the Raptors, holding Atlanta to 38% shooting, and Grady Dick with a hot start. 4 for 4 from the floor, 11 points.
35-25, Raptors by 10. One lap of the track is done. We'll come back for the second quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Hey, it's Brian Hayes, and I'm living large with my Black Card membership at Planet Fitness. For just $29.99, you get all types of perks, like bringing a guest for free, access to any Planet Fitness location, and my favorite perk of them all, unlimited use of the hydro massage. And believe me, I've been really testing that policy out lately. So sign up today for your Planet Fitness Black Card membership at planetfitness.ca or pop into any location and get ready to absolutely love going to the gym at Planet Fitness.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Second quarter about to start. Toronto with a 10-point lead, 35-25 over the Atlanta Hawks. Second quarter brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca.
Really good start for the Raptors, Jonesy. 20 points in the paint. Really just getting where they want to on the floor. But the number that stands out to me is they've forced Atlanta into 6 turnovers that they've converted to 14 points. I mentioned that Atlanta's been getting out in transition and haven't been able to convert. Right, and that's something that the Raptors also have to pay attention to because the transition defense has to continue to be solid.
Raptors by 10. Atlanta has the ball coming front court, left to right in the black. Bogdanovic lobs it up. Barlow has it broken up by Olynyk, and the Raptors come back the other way. Davion Mitchell at the free throw line now backs off. Lobs it to Olynyk on Trae Young. Bruce Brown cuts. Kelly finds him. Those two have it going.
Yeah.
Brown lays it in. Raptors up 37-25. Brown strips DeAndre Hunter at the other end. Brown on the lob. Scotty Barnes jams it down. Scotty goes up on the business end of the alley-oop. Bruce Brown with the eyes wide open. 14-point lead, biggest of the game for Toronto. Johnson back, lays it in. Jalen Johnson cuts the lead to 39-27 Toronto. Raptors doing the job. One of the best fast-breaking teams in the league. Have a 6-point edge on Atlanta in that category. What a great play there. Kelly Olynyk lobbed it to Scotty Barnes. Jalen Johnson wasn't looking, and Scotty didn't react until the ball was almost there.
In his pocket, yeah.
And it's kind of like they'd say defensive backs look at the receiver's eyes to see when the ball's coming. Unfortunately for Jalen Johnson, though, something's gone wrong with his left shoulder. He was holding it, did not stop at the bench, went straight back to the locker room.
And just heady plays by the Raptors, right? And that's Scotty Barnes there just lulling Johnson to sleep as he gets that lob pass over the top. And the last play before, Kelly Olynyk in the post has Trae Young matched up against him. And everybody's focused on helping Trae. Bruce Brown cutting from the weak side.
Young in the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Grady. Runs it front court, Raptors by 13. Boucher kicks it out, Barnes to Olynyk. Kelly drives on Garrison Matthews. Turns in the lane, floats it up and gets the roll. KO with that Saturday morning YMCA game right there on the little guy. Patiently gets into the lane for two.
That's the difference between a 7-footer with 12 years of experience going up against a 6'6" Garrison Matthews, 215 pounds, only in his 6th year. Didn't have enough there.
Olynyk doing a nice job off the bench for the Raptors in the last couple games. Tonight, 4 points, a rebound, and a couple of assists. Trae Young was fouled. Shot fake got Davion Mitchell airborne. Trae was behind the line, so he'll get 3 shots. First one, no good.
You mentioned how well Kelly has been playing over the last couple of games. How about the block party for him against Orlando? 4 blocks. And Kelly isn't necessarily going to jump over a sheet of paper, but believe me, he made us feel like we had some really good rim protection against Orlando.
42-27, Raptors by 15. Grady, front court, they leave him open, misses the 3, but Chris Boucher is back there to take the loose change and ram it back in the machine on a tip back jam. Raptors by 17, 44-27. Trae Young, front court, drive, kicks it to Barlow, floats it up and in. 44-29, Raptor lead cut to 15. Barnes back to Boucher. Now to Grady in the near corner. Right hand to the middle, kicks to Olynyk, shot fake. Kelly drive, lob it up to Boucher, up and in. What a catch by Chris. Arms outstretched over his head, caught it up there, got on his pogo stick, bounded back up, did not bring the ball down to lay it in. 46-29, Raptors by 17. Daniels in the lane. Gets 2 back for Atlanta.
And both Coach Darko and Chris Boucher looking at the officials. Where's the travel? You missed one.
Mitchell, far side, right wing. Raptors in the red, moving right to left. Olynyk on Garrison Matthews again. They switch this time. Now Barlow takes him. Olynyk, fall away, got it. Kelly, about a 12-footer, falling away far side in the short corner, right wing. Raptors up 17, 48-31. Young in the lane. Tried to get Davion Mitchell coming up behind him on the rear contest, and Davion said, no, I'm not touching you. I'm going to sidestep your back jump. Mitchell, front court. His cross-court pass intercepted by Daniels. He runs it front court. Misdirection step. Finds Bogdanovic, and they got the block as Grady was standing there. He must have had a heel or 2 in the restricted circle because he was there. He could have read the paper. But they're going to give the 2 points to, his left heel, Grady, as we get a look at the replay, was in the charge area. They got to make that line a little thinner.
Problem is the size 14, size 15s, they get you into trouble.
48-33, Bogdanovic on the line.
They're always great at the draft combine when you tick off all the metrics boxes and all the measurements. But you get into those corners, you get right around that dotted line, they can get into some trouble.
Shed to Barrett. Drives far side. RJ into the free throw line, takes the contact, lays it up, no good. Pirtle tips it up and in. 50-34, Raptors by 16. Okongwu to Bogdanovic, and he's held by Grady as he swept to the baseline, near side, right wing. Grady got him with the left arm.
Everything the Raptors are doing right now is putting Atlanta in ball screen actions and forcing them to defend.
Side out of bounds for Atlanta. Daniels gets it to Bogdanovic. Drives left side, far wing. Kicks it to Okongwu. They swing it. Garrison Matthews, shot fake, sidestep 3, no good. Rebound Barrett. 50-34, Raptors by 16. Looking for the largest lead of the game, and Barrett has it knocked away from him. Back comes Atlanta. Daniels, corner 3, no good. Long rebound, run down by Barrett, can't squeeze it. Daniels, front court. Bogdanovic 3, got it. And Darko gets his fire hose out right away and wants to wet everything down. Atlanta has cut the lead to 50-37, only 13 points. So let's take a break. Raptors by 13. 7:14 to go until halftime. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuss shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
With MSC Cruises, discover big on a mini getaway or treat yourself to a week-long vacation. For a limited time, book now and enjoy up to 35% off cruises, plus kids sail free. Sail to the turquoise waters of the Bahamas with stops at our private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Raptors and Atlanta as the Hawks are trying to scratch back into this game. Right now, Toronto leads at 50-37. 7:14 to go until halftime. The Raptors had the lead as high as 17 at one point, but Atlanta trying to make some noise and get back in it. Raptors still shooting the ball well at 65%. Atlanta has their shooting percentage up to 42.9, and you just knew Javon Darko did not like the way the last couple sequences went with the quick timeout. Barrett up top, guarded by Daniels. RJ has it knocked away, and then they've got a loose ball foul on RJ.
He's first. Team 4.
Atlanta trying to continue the run. 50-37 Raptors, exactly 7 minutes to go. Second quarter. Daniels drives behind the back to Okongwu. The floater up and in. Lead is cut to 11, 50-39. Toronto. We go inside 7 minutes. First half. Pirtle to Shed, far side, right wing. Raptors in the red, coming right to left. Shed into the corner. Boucher steps back. The long jumper is good. It's a long two for Chris, as he had his right toe on the line in the pocket. Raptors will take it, though, and push the lead to 52-39. Daniels in the lane. The runner up and in.
He plays so big, right? As soon as he passes that basketball and cuts, he gets into his floater. He looks so much bigger than RJ floating that rock.
Shed near side to Pirtle. Kicks it out, Barrett. Spins on Matthews, kicks it to Boucher. Three up top, got it. Near side, left wing, above the break. Boucher drops it in the bottom of the well.
He just hit one, get it right back to me. Let me give you another one.
Feed the fire, baby. 55-41, Toronto by 14. Matthews to Bogdanovic. Shot fake, Boucher not buying. Bogdanovic turns the corner into the lane. Lefty layup, no good. Okongwu with the rebound, and he's fouled by Pirtle, as Bogdanovic's left-hand layup didn't even catch rim. It was under duress from Boucher.
But Boucher was trailing that play, and it was a good emergency switch with Hurdle as Bogdanovich came off of the screen and got below the free throw line. Great communication by both those guys.
5:36, first half. Okongwu, free throw is good. The knee injury with putting Capella on the bench, and Okongwu in the starting lineup. He's got 9, as RJ Barrett has just left the Toronto bench and gone back to the locker room. When we get a report, we hear anything, we will duly pass it on. Okongwu's second free throw good. Atlanta cuts the lead to 55-43. Raptors front court. Barnes, Pirtle, Shed, Boucher, and Brown. Scotty underneath had Vit Krejci on his back, wearing him like a cheap suit. And they went inside to Scotty, and the foul was called on the over the back by Krejci. Shed will inbound near side left wing for Toronto. Raptors in the red. Barnes takes the inbound. Gets it to Shed up top. Works left side near wing. Now right hand to the middle. Stop. Floats it up short. Rebound taken by Atlanta. Here comes Dyson Daniels. On the drive on Bruce Brown. Lay it up. No good. Rebound. It's going to go to Atlanta. Pirtle had 1 foot out of bounds when he tried to retrieve the loose orange, and it'll be Atlanta basketball. Jalen Johnson will not return. We don't have an official report. It is a shoulder injury and not the one that he recently had injured, the good one. DeAndre Hunter 3 up top, no good. Rebound Jamal Shed. Inside 5 minutes, first half, 55-43 Toronto. Pirtle down the lane. Raptors swing it. Boucher, shot fake into the lane, floats it up and in. Chris Boucher with the runner.
That slow step. And again, it starts from the mid-ball screen. The Raptors really do a good job moving the basketball, creating that advantage, the initial advantage out of that mid-ball.
Krejci 3 is good. Atlanta cuts the lead to 11. 55-46.
You have to find him. Got to know your scouting report. A guy that shoots 37% from the three-point line. Got to get out there and get on his toes and get him off the line.
Barnes working on Hunter. Backs him in. Free throw line. Turnaround jumper is long. Rebound comes down to Dyson Daniels. Up the middle of the court. Nobody stops him. He lays it in. The lead is inside 10. 57-48 Toronto by 9. 4 minutes. First half. Shed gets it to Brown, near side, left wing, above the arc, right hand to the middle. Steps back, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound, knocked out of bounds by Barnes. They're going to say it's Atlanta basketball.
Out of bounds. Arsenal. Second for Raptors. Mitchell. Back on the floor for Atlanta.
3:48 to go, first half. Atlanta coming front court in those black uniforms, moving left to right. Krejci into the corner to Daniels. Kicks it to Okongwu. Back to Krejci. Give and go with Daniels in the lane. Krejci floats it up and in. Atlanta has it at 7, 57-50. Darko got the fire hose out again, trying to wet it down. Keep anything from sparking in Atlanta.
Well, it just hasn't been the same intensity that we've seen in the first quarter on the defensive end of the floor. And now you're getting guys that are cutting to the basket, getting easy looks, easy floaters, and not being bumped. So Raptors have to come back and be a bit more physical to deter Atlanta from getting into the paint and some of these easy looks.
Let's take a break. 57-50 Toronto, 3:33 first half. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head. Beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-353-6013. That's 1-800-353-6013. Again, 1-800-353-6013.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
.333 to go, first half. Atlanta was down by 17. They've shaved 10 off that lead. And the Raptors now lead 57-50. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Jag Kang, producer Owen Hall. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg in 3:33 of clock time as the Raptors built the lead, put the money in the bank at State Farm Arena, but the Hawks got the pin number. They're making withdrawals right now. Lead is down to 7. Raptors front court. RJ Barrett back on the bench, back in the game. Grady drives, throws it away. Here comes Trae Young up the far side, left wing. On the bounce, gets all the way to the basket, lays it up, no good. Pirtle with the rebound. Outlet Mitchell. Tries to get it to Barrett underneath. And it's out of bounds. The pass from Davion a little bit late. And RJ couldn't handle it, knocked away. And here come the Hawks. Under 3 minutes, first half. 57-50 Toronto. Daniels, 3-ball, far side, good. Daniels on the board with 12. Atlanta cuts the Toronto lead to 57-53. Grady to Pirtle. Between the rings, up top, straight away. Now gets it to Barnes, far side. Left hand to the middle, stutter dribble. Into the lane, pull-up jumper on DeAndre Hunter is good. Great move by Scotty. 59-53 Toronto.
Subtle hesitation gets Hunter in the air, and Scotty's able to get a clean shot.
Raptors knocked it away, turned Atlanta over, but gave it right back. And now Trae Young drives, is fouled. No, they have an offensive foul. It looked like Young was fouled on the drive, but they're going to call an offensive foul on Okongwu for clearing the way for the driving Trae Young. We get a look at it on the replay, and Okongwu had his right hand on Pirtle right between the 1 and the 9. Pirtle drives and jams it down. Jakob Pirtle with a rare display of 2 hands for safety. 1 bounce, top of the lane, and then rammed it down. Even got the bench
Big
on
body,
its feet.
Big body, Yak. And how about Jonesy, just the rejection of the screen, right? He had the basketball. Scotty's come to set the screen on his left side and the jab and get down to the right hand, showing you a bit of his guard skill as well.
Jakob said, I don't need that. We don't even need that.
Everybody clear out.
62-53, Raptors push the lead back to 9. Trae Young up top to Barlow. Kick it to Krejci near side, left hand to the middle. Finds Daniels. Barlow, corner 3 near side is good. Barlow steps out, 62-56. The lead cut to 6. Raptors front court. Minute and a half to go, second quarter. Barnes above the arc, far side. Drives on DeAndre Hunter. Turns, floats it up, no good. Knocked away. Here comes Trae Young. Atlanta with numbers. Into the corner, Young's pass deflected. Grady with the steal. Here comes Barrett. RJ drive, lay it up and in. He saw Krejci like barbecued chicken. Went right at him and laid it in.
Put some extra sauce on the lay.
Barlow in the lane, blocked by Pirtle. Rebound Grady. Here comes Toronto. 8-point lead, under a minute, second quarter. Grady on the bounce. Raptors in the red, moving front court, right to left. Barnes in the post, turns, and has it knocked out of bounds by Krejci. Scotty wanted the foul. Quinn Snyder thinking of challenging. And the Raptors will inbound baseline right, far side, close to the Atlanta bench. Barnes trying to get through the screen and get to the basket, and DeAndre Hunter was holding him like a grudge.
That was a bear hug. That was a bear hug. And the funny thing is, the whistle was delayed. I don't think if Scotty Barnes had to embellish and scream to get the attention of the officials, but I don't know how you don't see that one.
Well, because it was a foul before the ball was passed in, the Raptors get one shot, and then they get to pass it in again. So Toronto leading 65-56, looking for a double-figure lead on the inbound. Grady in the corner. And out of bounds, he bounced it on the baseline with a little bit of a push from Krejci.
That's the tough thing when you're running those baseline plays. You still got to set your screens and allow enough space so that the offensive player coming off has room to work.
Daniels drives, lays it in. Changed speed. Got past Barrett and laid it in. Second foul on RJ. And the Raptors see the lead shaved a little bit. 65-58.
Daniels slowly quietly putting together a really good game. 14 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds for him in this first half so far. Make that 15.
65-59 Toronto. 35 seconds first half. Mitchell on the drive. Gets it to Pirtle into the corner. Grady catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound Hunter throws it off Scotty Barnes, out of bounds. It'll stay with Atlanta. Good sequence there by Toronto. Nice job by Pirtle in the short roll to find Grady. But the shot contested and missed. So 20 seconds to go. First half. Referee James Williams talking to the scorer's table. I can relay a story of Sam Mitchell's coaching days in Toronto. One of the rare times, like high school, where they missed 2 points on the scoreboard and the Raptors ended up losing the game. And they said to us on the plane after, "Why didn't you say something?" I said, if I wasn't sitting up near the top of the arena, I might have been able to say something. One of those high school games where you have to have somebody sit beside the scorekeeper.
Oh, yeah.
65-59.
Anytime you play at Oakwood.
That's what happens. No. It's what happens when you go.
Anytime you play at Oakwood.
When you go to Scarborough, man. When you go to Scarbs. Trae Young, deep 3, no good. 5 seconds to go in the quarter, and Pirtle turns it over. He was looking for Barrett on the outlet. RJ was turning to sprint up court, and the Raptors throw it away with 2.5 seconds to go. 8th turnover of the quarter, and Atlanta's going to get one more look. Daniels to inbound, gets it to Trae Young, bounces it off his foot. Nope, they say it hit Mitchell's foot, Davion's. And it'll stay with Atlanta, 1.2 to go. Trae Young, inbound, DeAndre Hunter, corner 3, no good. And that's the way the half ends. The Toronto Raptors shoot 61% in the first half and take the lead to recess. 65-59.
Raptors coming out the second half. They have to continue to punch that basketball into the paint without Capella on the floor. There's an advantage there. 40 paint points for the Raptors, and they forced 11 turnovers for the Atlanta team. Something the Raptors are going to have to clean up is their turnovers as well in the second half. They have 8 of them in this second quarter.
Well, let's see if Toronto can squeeze out another half like that one. But to break down the first half, Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg on the other side. Raptors with the lead at halftime, 65-59. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game.
Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century.
Hey basketball fans, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight here on Toronto Sports Insider while we listen to the Raptors take on whoever they're taking on tonight. We really appreciate you being here, hanging out with us, chatting it up, cheering on We the North. We need all the help we can get this season. It has not been a good season so far. Please share this link out as well. We're trying to build a community of Raptors fans here. We got it with the Leafs. We've got it with the Blue Jays too, but it doesn't help when the team isn't doing so hot. But hey, we're working on it. Raptors are working on it. We'll see you back in the chat. Go, We the North, go. Thank you for being here and hitting that like button.
Change can make.
Your sneakers are staring directly at you. You try to look away, but you can't. You're laced to face. They're saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, and your six-pack won't be either. But you've got to start somewhere. Stop staring, put us on, take that first step, or lunge, or squat. Start small, start somewhere. Join for $7.99 every 2 weeks at fitforless.ca and experience fitness simplified. Some conditions apply. Fit for Less. Everybody happy.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And lead by 6 at the half, 65-59. Welcome to Raptors at the half. Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. Jim Taddy and Josh Lewenberg and Warren Ward with you. And Josh, just as an overview, great first quarter. You add that into the 3 quarters that they finished off against the Magic the other night. That's fantastic basketball. Bit of a dip and then maybe a rally towards the end of the half. What was your take on the first half?
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, the Raptors started the way they finished the other night, to your point, Jim, after allowing 37 points in that first quarter against Orlando. You look at the next 4 quarters, the 3 against the Magic, and then the first quarter tonight. They allowed 81 points, so really impressive stretch defensively. And Warren mentioned this before the game. Atlanta is a team that's prone to turning the ball over. The Raptors are a team right now that have been defending well and defending actively, I think, which is important, turning the ball over and creating opportunities to score in transition, which is something that they did really well, especially in the first quarter, but I'll say in the first half in general, creating 11 turnovers, scoring 23 points off of those turnovers. The problem is Atlanta is a team that's pretty frisky as well on the defensive end. Obviously, Dyson Daniels really good on that end of the floor. Jalen Johnson is as well. Now, he got hurt in the first half, but Atlanta can really defend, and they turned up the heat on the Raptors in the second quarter, and that was the difference, allowing the Hawks to get back into it. Toronto had 11 turnovers themselves, so 22 turnovers combined, and the Hawks scored 14 points off of those turnovers all in the second quarter. So that's what it's come down to here, is which one of these teams is going to be the better defensive team and which one of them is going to be able to take care of the ball.
Yeah, Ward, I could, I guess, relate it to energy, but we talked about defensive intensity in the pregame, and that was lacking for the Raptors in the second quarter, wasn't it?
It wasn't the second, but it was definitely there in the first. And, we saw that on full display. And, we go back to December 29th. The first quarter score of Atlanta in Toronto was 35-25. And then here we have a few weeks later, and it's the exact same score. And I found that to be interesting. I just wanted to go back and look at that game and, and kind of compare it to this one. But the thing that I saw was just the overall togetherness. And I know the second quarter, things got away, but I kind of expected Atlanta to make a run because they can score the basketball. They may not be that good defensively and they don't have a legitimate rim protector, but they can score. And I felt like, they would make a run. And, Bogey off the bench, he had 11 points for the Hawks, and he was a big catalyst as to, why they're able to come back. And Toronto, they kind of tailored off in terms of that, overall intensity. But other than that, is a great first half. It's entertaining to watch. I think, you really see, the team coming together and on top of that, they're contributing. And like Jamal Shed is able just to kind of defer to all the other veterans around him, like a Bruce Brown, a Chris Boucher, even Kelly in there as well. Like they're scoring the basketball, they're moving the ball, and it's good basketball. I mean, I really expect Toronto to continue this. If the Hawks can, waver off a little bit in their effort defensively, I think Toronto can, definitely step on their throat in this third quarter.
Yeah, Josh, I guess you wonder with the Hawks, that it's going to come with Johnson out and Trae Young held to 3 points. So combined, they contributed 6 in that first half. But you always remember that Trae Young can have a great second half too. So you got to be careful about that.
Yeah, it's happened a few times against the Raptors specifically over the years, and it's happened quite a few times just against anybody where you think you've done a good job on Trae Young and you blink and he knocks down 3 or 4 threes in a row and all of a sudden you're in some trouble. And that's this Hawks team in general, is they're pretty streaky offensively, and you kind of cringe a little bit thinking, okay, well, regression's going to hit at some point. I mean, they really struggled to shoot the 3 ball last night in that loss to Detroit, and they started off slow today, and then all of a sudden the second quarter they get hot. So if you're the Raptors, you hope that this isn't the start of something that you can kind of cool them down in the second half. Warren mentioned their lack of size, especially without Clint Capella in the lineup for them tonight. So I think that's the Raptors' advantage here, is regardless of what Trae Young is doing and what the Hawks are doing in terms of 3-point shooting, you can't get caught up in playing their game. And to their credit, to the Raptors' credit, they didn't do that in the first half. Just 11 3-point attempts, and they're really playing bully ball and doing what's worked so far. 40 points in the paint, a 40-26 advantage in that respect. The bigs have done a nice job. 11 points for Pirtle, who actually struggled uncharacteristically the other night against Orlando, but he's been great tonight playing big. And Kelly Olynyk off the bench once again with 6 points. So that's the Raptors' advantage in this game, and they've got to continue to utilize it.
Warren, when you look at the 6-point lead at the half, obviously they had as much as a 17-point lead. What's the best part of that first half for you?
The camaraderie, the fact that you got contribution from everybody, and even though the Raptors had some careless turnovers, I know RJ lost the ball a few times. They didn't look discouraged. They look like a team that is way better than their record. And I think overall, just watching that performance, it was a good 24 minutes with very few lapses. And I also think to the Raptors' credit, they didn't really allow Atlanta to get into a rhythm and string together too many buckets. And that was a key against Boston. That was a key, especially against Golden State, but even more so against Boston. I think they're doing that tonight. So I know Atlanta's a good enough team that they can score, but overall, I mean, you look at the contributions from top to bottom and how they're doing it. They look like a real team out there.
Josh, we'll end on this. This is because of how tight this game is now, and we don't know exactly what's going to happen in the second half. This is the value of playing in Atlanta tonight and also on Saturday night, in my opinion. How about you?
Yeah, well, no travel, and all of a sudden you've got a whole bunch of depth that you didn't know that you had a few weeks ago. We talked about the Raptors bench in the pregame show, and another really strong performance for them in the first half, just picking up where they left off. And how about the old guys specifically, the three vets, Kelly Olynyk, Bruce Brown, Chris Boucher, 26 points combined, 6 assists, 11 for 15 from the field. Once again, they've just been really good about coming in and leading the charge with that second unit, really dictating the pace with that group. And I just really love the ball movement as well. Guys are cutting, the ball is moving. There's ball movement, man movement, and just a lot of unselfish play with that group. And I think that's the impact of the three vets.
Okay, gentlemen, thanks very much. Tonight's first half stats are driven by Subaru. Get out in winter with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. So quickly, bench scoring 28-20 for the Raptors. Turnovers for points. The Raptors turned it over 11 times for 14, 8 for 14 in that second quarter. And Atlanta has turned it over 11 times for 23 points. Most of those points happening in the first quarter. Paint points 40-26 for the Raptors. Fast break 8-5 for the Raptors. And the Raptors had as much as a 17-point lead, but right now it's 65-59 at the half. The second half is next. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you, with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They can help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-288-4991. That's 1-800-288-4991. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free.
What's up, Raptors fans? How we doing? January 25th, the Raptors and the Hawks, right here at State Farm Arena. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Please make sure to hit that like button down the bottom. Come on, we the North. I can't hear you. We need you in the chat. We got to beat the Hawks tonight. Let's get back to the basketball. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button if you're new. Go Raps, go. We the North. I can't hear you. When the Raptors and Hawks play, January 25th, I won't be here. Go Raptors, go.
Your idea with a technical drawing. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today.
Call 1-800-353-6081. That's 1-800-353-6081. Again, 1-800-353-6081.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
Second half about to start, 65-59. Raptors leading the Atlanta Hawks. And we will tell you, And the second half tip-off is powered by your Ontario Honda dealers. Get home court advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid, proudly made here in Ontario. Visit your Ontario Honda dealers today. So the Raptors put together a pretty good half, Javon.
Yes.
Pretty good half, but that and a few dollars gets on public transit. Don't mean nothing. Doesn't mean a thing. Atlanta will have the ball. They will come front court in the black uniforms with red and gold trimming from right to left. Hunter down the baseline, kicks it to Krejci in the near corner. His jumper no good for three. Here come the Raptors. Barnes, Barrett, Pirtle, out there with Davion Mitchell and Grady Dick. Scotty Barnes, corner three, far side, no good. Raptors hustle back in the red uniforms. Nice job by Grady cutting off Krejci, who tried to drive it into the lane. Hunter on Barrett in the corner, drives baseline. Raptors deflect the pass, and RJ comes away with the steal. Runs it front court, drives on Okongwu. Now kicks it out to Barnes. Grady swings it to Mitchell, far side, above the arc. Squares on Trae Young. Mitchell to Barrett. Catch and shoot three, yes sir, in the bottom of the well for RJ. Great shot prep, and he knocked it out, Javon.
It starts with the attack, and Davion Mitchell, the last two attacks for the Raptors have been on Trae Young. That's going to be the effort and emphasis coming out in the second half.
Young comes back with a floater of his own in the lane. 68-61 Toronto. 5 points, that's it so far for Trae Young. Mitchell on the baseline, gets it to Barnes. Scotty drives, loses it, gets it back. Shot clock at 4. Scotty got to step back and take a tough long distance two and knocks it down.
See how a possession starts tells you how it's going to finish, but I guess it's an exception to every rule.
70-61 Toronto. Krejci to Daniels between the circles. On Scotty Barnes, drives left, spins. His pass deflected. RJ on the run out to Grady, who jams it down. Raptors make the change. It's now Scotty Barnes guarding Dyson Daniels, who got away from them in the first half.
Well, Atlanta's really not giving themselves a chance, right? They've already come out in this third quarter. They had 2 turnovers for their 13.
Hunter, long jumper, no good. The air ball. And the Raptors will bring it front court with a 72-61 lead. 9:40 to go, third quarter. Pirtle up top between the rings, gets it to Grady. Now to Pirtle at the nail, shot fake, drive, Jakob running, hook is good. Man, put that on a big man instructional video. Reverse pivot, square, drive, and lay it in. And back comes Vit Krejci with a lay-in for Atlanta. 74-63 Toronto, 9:10 to go, clock running, third quarter. Barnes straight away to Pirtle, toes on the arc, right side near wing. Squares, gets it to Grady, far side. Now to Barnes as he went airborne, and they got a loose ball foul as Dyson Daniels knocked it away. That guy's like a magnet.
He is. He's everywhere. And one thing, Josie, Grady's got to stay aggressive right now because they're trying to put Trae Young in every single action, running Grady off of staggers. And even when they get to their 5 out, the ball's up top, they're coming right back to him. When he has that basketball in his hand, right, you've got to make plays, right? Attack the weakest defender on the floor.
74-63 Toronto. Trae Young up top. And they got the foul on Davion Mitchell with the pickup game move, trying to reach behind and knock it away. Trae Young wanted shots as he jumped back into Mitchell, but referee Pat Frayer saying no, on the floor. Daniels inbounding, gets it to Trae Young straight away. Down the lane to Okongwu for the jam, screen and roll action. No help on the weak side. That was high enough, Javon. There should have been some help there.
You know what happened there? The weak side guy was getting above the free throw line, so there really wasn't a tagger. Landed a good job of getting the defense out of the way.
Grady comes back, says, I'll get it back. Knocks down a 17-foot jumper straight away at the nail. 76-65. Trae Young drives, misses the shot. Here comes Toronto. Scotty on the lane, jams it down.
Hey.
Right down
Hey.
Peach Street. Scotty rams it home. 78-65 Toronto. Timeout, Quinn Snyder.
Hold on now. Scotty airborne. He took 2 dribbles to get up the floor. He didn't get a good catch on it. But Hunter knew that I'm not jumping with this man. You got it. There's 2. We'll take a timeout and we'll collect ourselves.
Timeout on the floor. Raptors 78, Atlanta 65. 8-12, third quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
You may have heard on the news that visits to Ontario food banks are at an all-time high. To illustrate this, I have some dimes here. 1 dime represents 1 visit to a food bank. And these dimes represent visits by people you may even know. Now, here's how many more food bank visits there are every day. Alarming, isn't it? But you can help. Every dime you donate to Feed Ontario will help Feed Ontario support more than 1,200 food banks and hunger relief organizations. Please, give now at feedontariotogether.ca for the big change your pocket change can make.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
78-65. Raptors with the lead by 13. 8-12 to go, third quarter. Third quarter action delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Give yourself a high five by any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium 1-topping pizzas for $5 each. See if Toronto can keep this going. They've really had the better of the play so far tonight, all night, as they are shooting 65% from the floor. Trae Young will bring it front court, right to left for Atlanta in black. Young skipping, carrying the ball on every bounce. It's just, it's crazy, Javon. It's like a move for him.
2 or 3 seconds between each dribble as the ball is rotating in his palm.
DeAndre Hunter knocks down a free throw line jumper, 78-67. Pirtle has it knocked away from behind. Dyson Daniels takes it and lays it in. 78-69. Third steal of the night for one of the NBA's Pilfer Kings. Pirtle in the lane. Tried to pass it to Mitchell. I thought he was driving for an easy one.
Well, that's back-to-back turnovers for the Raptors, right? One, just a careless pass by Scotty, and Pirtle didn't really see the defense coming behind him. And this one just throwing the basketball away. Fortunately for the Raptors, a dead ball turnover.
Hunter 3 up top, air ball. Missed everything but the floor. Goes out of bounds to Toronto. 78-69, 9-point Raptor lead at the 7:10 mark. Third quarter. Grady above the arc, right side near wing. Left hand to the middle. Cross the bottom of the logo. Deep 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Okongwu. Gets it to Trae Young. Runs it front court. On the bounce, gets it to Dyson Daniels. Now to Okongwu. Wheels into the lane, stops in the key. Shot clock at 7. Krejci on the bounce, works right into the lane. Finds Okongwu for the jam.
Grady got tied up there, fell on the floor, and Krejci made big-time play.
Raptor lead cut to 7. Barrett Gets it to Pirtle, back to Barrett. On Daniels, Barrett drives. Gets to the baseline to Grady, they swing it. Mitchell into the lane, floats it up and in. What a play by Mitchell with the quick shot on DeAndre Hunter, 80-71 Toronto. The lob, Okongwu puts it up, no good. But Pirtle backpedaling and then putting his arms over his head as he was backpedaling, bumped Okongwu, who will go to the free throw line for 2.
Okongwu did a good job setting the screen, but also rolling and getting out of there fast. That way he has the advantage on Pirtle. Right now Pirtle's on his backside, and the offense can make a pass. You float it up, you just deliver the basketball, and now Pirtle's at your mercy.
Okongwu first free throw is good. Olynyk and Brown check in. Barnes and Pirtle check out. 6:09 third quarter, 80-72. Toronto leading Atlanta. Same two teams will go at it Saturday night, 7 o'clock in Hotlanta. Although I guess the American South not so hot anymore with snow in New Orleans and Florida. My boys at the golf show in Orlando said they had to play in long pants. Grady underneath to Bruce Brown, who lays it in. 82-72, Raptors by 10, again getting a lift off the bench from Brown and Olynyk. Krejci out top against Olynyk. Stops, deep three in the air, no good. Rebound, Grady in traffic, comes away with it. Bruce Brown outlet to Davion Mitchell, up the right side near wing. Backs out on the bounce against Daniels. Kicks it to Grady. Drives, gets it back to Bruce Brown. Floats it into the corner, trying for Mitchell, and again, Daniels like a vacuum, sucking in the loose ball. Bogdanovic, shot fake. Drive into the lane, kicks it out. Hunter gets a step. His pass, they swing it. Dyson Daniels' three is good. 82-75, Daniels with 17 on the night. Barrett for Toronto, front court. Raptor lead shaved to 7. Olynyk up top, finds Barrett on a backdoor cut, who lays it in. The sneak by Barrett, and the Raptors cut it to increase the lead to 84-75, and now they've got the foul on Davion Mitchell. Really nice pass by Olynyk to Barrett. 25 assists on their 36 made field goals. Wow. .437 third quarter. Toronto by 9, 84-75. Vic Krejci up top. Behind a Barlow screen, stops for 3 and knocks it down. Grady went under, got caught.
Yeah, that was a good action that Atlanta ran. Krejci had the basketball, he get into that horns action, and Bogdanovic goes over the flare. Krejci just stopping behind, Grady getting caught in the screen and just making a shot, easy shot. Defense goes on to stop and pop.
Brown up top, shot clock at 5. Into the lane, floats it up with his left hand, scoring the foul. And Bruce looks at the bench and holds up his left hand like, you see that? Did you see that? What a play by Bruce Brown.
He knows that's not his game, but a good job again coming off that ball screen, mid-ball screen, and the defense is on the right side, his right hip. Not expecting him to go up with that left-handed floater, and he gets there. Even he's having a chuckle. He's getting a laugh out of it. Another good game for him. 13 points, and coming off a game of 15 against Orlando and a season-high 17 on Friday against Milwaukee.
It's one of my favorite celebrations, looking at the left hand. Was that you? Was that you?
You gotta have fun with it.
Yeah, 87-78. Raptors back up 9, under 4 minutes, third quarter. Jacoby Walter into the ball game. Guarding Krejci, now Bogdanovic guarded by Bruce Brown. Bogdanovic drives in the lane, Brown strips him. And what are they gonna call? Referee Conley calling the foul on Bruce Brown, and Bruce walks away saying, man, I had a lot of the orange on that one. No challenge. By the way, on challenges this year, Darko Rajakovic, 11 and 15. Dyson Daniels will sit down. David Roddy checks into the game.
One shot, man.
6'4", 255. David Roddy looks like could have played tight end at Colorado State. Bogdanovic, second free throw good. 87-80 Toronto. Raptors trying to parry the Hawks away. 3:40 to go, third quarter. Barrett downhill, bumped by Roddy, and RJ going to get to the line for two. $87-80 Toronto, 3:40 to go, third quarter. RJ Barrett on the line. This is one area of RJ's game I'd like to see him improve. Misses the first one. He's only shooting 69%, and for a guy who's that aggressive, gets downhill and gets to the line, Javon, that's free money.
Well, he's at the top of the league, one of the best in the league at drives at the basket. You think about how many times he gets fouled on his way to the basket, how aggressive he is playing. That's easy money. You've got to finish when you get to the free throw line. That'll increase his averages by, 4 points easily.
Well, he missed a couple of free throws there. Atlanta back. Their jumper is off. Here comes Barrett. 87-80 Toronto. Barrett on the bounce up top. Gets it to Olynyk. On Bogdanovic. Kelly backing down. Kicks it into the corner to Bruce Brown. Shot clock at 5. Brown floater is good. Bruce Brown so adept at that floater. He gets up in the air and kind of hesitates before he lets go of it.
He doesn't get too deep either, getting trampling the defense or colliding with the defense. Bogdanovic coming down, he gets up before he gets there.
Barlow on the alley-oop jam comes back for Atlanta. 89-82. Raptors by 7. And now Darko wants a timeout. 2:42 to go, third quarter, 89-82 Toronto. Let's take a break. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom! Wha-bam! Zap! Turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
You may have heard on the news that visits to Ontario food banks are at an all-time high. To illustrate this, I have some dimes here. One dime represents one visit to a food bank. And these dimes...
What's up, Raptors fans, basketball fans? Thank you for hanging out with us. Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight during the Raptors game. We the North. We the North. Let's go, Raptors. All right, the optimism might be a bit much given how the team's doing. But welcome in and thanks for hanging out with us and cheering on your favorite team. Hopefully it's the Raptors. Now let's get back to the basketball. Hit that subscribe button, turn the bell on so you don't miss it when we go live for every single Raptors game. Let's go, Raptors!
Together.ca. For the big change your pocket change can make.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
$89-82 Toronto, 2:42 to go. Third quarter, Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Jag Kang, producer Owen Hall here. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg when it's all done. Raptors have been really good tonight. Atlanta's shooting percentages crept up. Raptors had them below 40 in the first quarter. Atlanta's up to 51. But Toronto's has continued to increase as well. They're up to 67% for the game, holding this 7-point lead and outscoring Atlanta in the paint 58-38. So Atlanta will have the ball, or Toronto will have the ball and move front court. Garrison Matthews with the offensive lineman body blow on Scotty Barnes. Hey man, if you can block like that, Kirk Cousins or Michael Penix Jr. could use some of that kind of protection. Front court, Scotty has it. On the bounce, moves far side, left wing. Into the lane on David Roddy. Big boys him, but misses the short bank shot from 12 feet. Back comes Atlanta. Roddy on the dribble against Barnes. It's a cutting Bogdanovich in the lane. Puts it up and in and is fouled by Jacoby Walter.
So Walter lost that battle on the cut, right? Yep. Bogdanovich gets in front of him, and now he's playing catch-up. And Bogdanovich is a smarter, savvier player on the catch. Now Walter's momentum is going one way. Bogey gets back to the middle of the paint, and Jacoby has no other option but to foul.
Free throw good by Bogdanovich. 89-85. Raptor lead is 4. Barnes to Olynyk, near elbow, left side. Raptors in the red, coming left to right. Jacoby Walter, step back 3, no good. Rebound, Olynyk knocks it away from Roddy on the rebound. And referee Pat Frere calling the foul. Kelly says, man, he didn't see me. I was behind him and knocked it away. So we're going to parade to the other end, and David Roddy will get a couple of free throws. First free throw, no good from Roddy.
I'll have you know that David Roddy is 6'4", 255.
He's
255 at 6'4".
Like I said, he looked like he could have played tight end for the Colorado State football team. Front court, Roddy misses a second free throw. Raptor lead is 89-85. Olynyk backs down, gets into the lane, kicks it out to Barnes. Back to Olynyk. Shot clock at 5. Kelly got to go, and Dominic Barlow knocked it away. Here comes Bogdanovich. Gets it to Trae Young. Cross court. Garrison Matthews, 3. No good. Rebound, Bruce Brown. 95 seconds, third quarter. Toronto 89, Atlanta 85. Brown drive. Has it knocked away by Bogdanovich. Here comes Garrison Matthews. Cross court. Trae Young. Drive and lays it in. Young goes down. But the lead is cut to 2. Brown to Olynyk. Kelly, 3-ball, got it far side in the bottom of the well. 92-87 Toronto. Only the 6th three-point make of the game for Toronto. Trae Young up top. David Roddy drives, cut off by Barnes. Gets it to Barlow. Now to Matthews, near side. Right, left wing in the corner. Roddy drives, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Bruce Brown. 45 seconds, third quarter. Toronto by 5. Brown backs it out on the dribble, near side, right wing to Olynyk. Now to Shed, back to Olynyk above the arc, near side. Left hand to the middle, loses it, gets it back, gets to the hoop and is fouled. Kelly staying with it and is going to get a couple of free throws. That thing was bordering on disaster the whole way. And now Kelly, I don't know if he turned an ankle. He's got a bit of a grimace on his face. Yeah. But he'll get a couple of free throws to try and push the Raptor lead to 7. 13 minutes, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Make it 10 points. Kelly giving some really effective minutes off the bench. Now looking like he's
stretching out that calf.
Yeah, trying to stretch out that right calf. Second free throw good. Doesn't seem to be any kind of hitch in his step or distress as he runs back. But then again, you know how it is. You score a basket, you're the first guy.
Good. You feel good.
First guy back on D, directing traffic. Trae Young in the lane, floats it up and in. 94-89.
Kelly, they're just stuck in quicksand, and Trae Young has him in the ball screen. He's trying to step up and play a bit higher, but Trae Young, that's a slower defender, just blowing by to the right side.
Barnes up top, game clock at 5. Scotty underneath, Bruce Brown floats it up, no good. Rebound to Atlanta, and that's the way the quarter ends with the Raptors having a 5-point lead, 94-89.
A 5-point lead also for the Raptors just going into the fourth quarter, the last lap of the track, Jonesy. Got to take care of the basketball. The last 2 quarters, they turned it over 13 times total.
Treat it like new money. Be very careful with it. Let's see if the Raptors can do that in this fourth quarter. Last lap of the track. Raptors by 5. Stay with us for the finish. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Are you looking for endless entertainment? It's all here on Crave. It would be impossible to name every show and movie on a list that's endless. But let's try. We have exclusive HBO originals like The White Lotus and The Penguin. Oh, you cannot miss that. The biggest blockbusters and hit reality series like The Traitors. Oh, Crave is also the only place to stream your favorite shows like Shoresy, Friends. Wait, did I mention the Harry Potter film series? There's so much more. The list goes on forever. Crave, endlessly entertaining.
It's a new year. That means new resolutions, new plans, and at Metro, new savings. The New Year New Savings event is on now at your local Metro, where you can take advantage of great savings store-wide.
What's up, Raptors fans? Thank you so much for being here tonight during the Raptors game. I just wanted to stop and say thank you for being here, because just by being here, you are making a difference at SickKids Hospital right here in Toronto. Every single month, we make a donation, which is a percentage of our revenue here at the channel, and it goes directly to SickKids Hospital. We're over $6,500 raised in 8 months, and with the college football playoff successes and what we're about to see with the NFL playoffs and what we're seeing with the NFL playoffs, oh my goodness, it's going to be so much fun making that big-time donation in just a couple of months. Thank you for being here. Let's have fun in the chat. Keep it classy, and go Raptors, go.
Way to drive home. Then with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Fourth quarter time, Raptors with a 5-point lead, 94-89. Fourth quarter brought to you by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. The Raptors, a 500 team when they lead going to the fourth quarter. 8 of the 11 wins have come when leading it, going to the last lap. Mitchell, Brown, Barnes, Barrett, and Boucher for the red-shirted Raptors coming left to right. First touch for Toronto of the quarter. Boucher turns the corner, free throw line jumper long. Rebound, Dominic Barlow. Up court, the Raptors fall asleep and Bogdanovic gets the dunk. Lead is 3, 94-91.
Got to get back in transition B. Didn't get what you were looking for on the offensive side of the floor. Got to get back. Have a sense of urgency.
Boucher, corner 3, no good. Rebound, Bogdanovic. Off to Trae Young. Again to Bogdanovic, running the floor, lays it up, no good. Bruce Brown with the challenge. Here comes Barnes. Front court to Barrett. RJ drive. Great pass, lays it down to Boucher, who puts it up and in.
That is a tough finish.
Wow.
Tight pass and tight spacing, and Chris Boucher, great hands on the catch, and incredible finish.
Raptors looking for only their second road win of the season. Trae Young drives, kicks it to Garrison Matthews, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound, Boucher squeezes it. Outlet Mitchell up the left side, far wing. Down to Barnes on Matthews. on the low block. Big boy time. Scotty drives, lays it up, no good, but is fouled. You could see his eyes literally open up like, I got it down here with you on me, this close to the cup.
Oh, small fry.
Man, I'm standing right beside the food.
And you know what? Chris Boucher came down the center of the paint and brought his defender, Roddy, with him. Tried to get out in time, but Scotty was already in motion and movement. Just cleared out space.
First free throw good from Barnes. 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists on the night. Raptors leading 97-91. Second one also good for Scotty. Raptors push the lead back up to 7. 10-20, fourth quarter. Trae Young into the corner. David Roddy drives into the lane. Leans into Boucher. They've got the foul on Boucher. And again, I will ask, we met with the referees at the beginning of the year. They said, you know, we're going to take out these basketball plays, non-basketball plays, and unusual launch angles. It sure looked like Roddy jumped to his left to create the contact.
And you can hear Chris Boucher through our monitor. He's coming through me.
I just think that the goalposts get moved sometimes. 98-92, first free throw good. Second one also up and down. Here comes Davion Mitchell for the Raptors, front court left to right. 10:05 to go, clock running, fourth quarter. Mitchell straight away, drives, kicks to the corner. Boucher drives, bumped by Barlow on the drive to the hoop, on the foray, and Chris will get a couple of free throws.
Turn the call. Although I didn't see Chris initiate that one.
No. But he'll take the free throws. 98-93, Toronto. First free throw, no good. Well, you can hear the noise building in Atlanta. They probably feed the house if Chris misses a free throw. I don't know. Used to be a chicken sandwich. Chalupas somewhere. Somewhere else got free fries. But they're going to have to go hungry because he made the second free throw. 99-93. Trae Young, logo three, no good. Rebound, Bruce Brown. Outlet Boucher up the far side to Barrett. On Bogdanovich. In the post to Barnes. Scotty again on Trae Young, goes to drive. They want the foul on the floor against Barlow. I don't think so. Scotty had gathered, looked like he was going airborne. And he just walks to the foul line like, yeah, I'm supposed to get these shots.
Well, that's where Atlanta's making their mistake. It's not on the foul, but Scotty Barnes is getting 2 feet, not just in the paint, but 2 feet under the basket side the dotted. Right, if he gets a basketball there, you look at the size of his hands, he has vice grips. Nobody's taking that basketball from him. It's going to be foul or a basket.
So Scotty shoots the free throw. It goes in, but they say, no, we weren't ready. So now he will toe the line for the first of 2. Rattles it down. 3 rims, front, back, front before it tickled the twine. 100-93 Toronto.
First free throw did not count. Second one did. Scotty Barnes at the line. One shot. On the baseline.
Raptors with 6 players in double figures. Scotty knocks down the second one too. 101-93. Raptors by 8. Bruce Brown tying up Trae Young. Trae Young grabbing him to try and look. You can't see it. Trae Young trying to get the referee to call a foul. Referee won't. Barrett comes down with the missed shot. Raptors kept the ball out of Young's hands. Bruce Brown drives, has it knocked away. Hounding Barlow to try to get it back. Instead, he gets it to Trae Young. Young, front court, on the dribble. Lefty floater is up and in.
That was tough. He comes off the ball screen, and just the hesitation gets Scotty Barnes up in the air and just making that left-handed floater.
101-95. Atlanta. Raptors lob it up to Boucher. Can't squeeze it, but Mitchell runs it down. Gets it to Barnes up top. Shot clock at 7. Scotty to Boucher in the lane. Knocked away by DeAndre Hunter. And the shot down action is going to get the foul called on Hunter. Quinn Snyder wants to review it.
We have the coach's challenge.
Oh, that's a foul. The slap away might have been clean, but the left arm looked like they were involved in a waltz on Dancing with the Stars, wrapped right around the waist of Boucher. I would have a hard time seeing this one overturned, but we'll take a break. 8:49 to go, fourth quarter, 101-95. Raptors by 6. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
101-95, Raptors by 6, 8:49 to go, fourth quarter. And a report from Atlanta and the Raptors media relations crew: Kelly Olynyk, right calf tightness, will not return. Too bad. He was playing well.
Yes.
And we just hope for the Raptors bench sake it is not a long-term venture.
Really having a good one here with 13 minutes, just 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Here comes Atlanta, front court in the black uniforms, from right to left. Trailing by 6, they own the ball. Trae Young on the bounce, far side. Gets into the lane, floats it up and in. Got all the way down the right side, the far wing, and banked it home from about 8 feet.
This is the danger zone, right, for the Raptors, because Trae's been quiet for the better part of the night.
What a play. Bruce Brown going to the hoop. Pirtle lobbed it up. Brown caught it. All in one motion up at the basket and laid it in. Hawks come back, though. DeAndre Hunter with a 3. 103-100. It's a one-possession game with 8 minutes to go. Now we'll see who's got what. Offensive foul on Jakob Pirtle. So Atlanta now with a 3-ball can tie the game. They are 10 of 28 from distance tonight. Young, front court. Gets it to Bogdanovich. 3-ball far side. We're tied at 103. Timeout Toronto. Bogdanovich wide open on that 3-ball.
He played that so smart as well, as they set that screen, miscommunication on defense. Instead of popping to the top of the key, he starts to fade over to the weak side of the floor, so it's a much longer pass, and the defense can't recover.
Time for another break. New ball game with 7:43 to go. We're tied at 103. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Lately, times have been challenging, with many people facing increased interest rates, inflation, and rising credit card debt. Everyone needs a little help from time to time, but it can be hard to ask for help when it comes to your personal finances. But you're not alone. Millions of Canadians share that feeling with you. 500,000 Canadians have found help with their debt, and so can you, with Consolidated Credit Counseling Services of Canada. They are one of the largest non-profit credit counseling organizations in the country, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They could help you consolidate your bills into one affordable payment, minimize your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. No matter how much you owe, you don't need to do this alone. To get help, call 1-800-656-7129. That's 1-800-656-7129. Let Consolidated Credit get you back to a debt-free life. Call 1-800-656-7129. Call toll-free today for a free consultation. 1-800-656-7129. Ontario license number 4705786.
Ugh, everyone seems to be on vacation. I wish I could be too.
Why wait? With FlexPay, that dream getaway is totally doable.
Really? Even that amazing resort I've been eyeing?
Absolutely. When you can break your vacation cost into easy payments as low as $75 a month, suddenly someday becomes today.
I better start packing.
Monthly payment applicants are subject to approval by FlexPay. See website for details. Contact your local travel expert or visit
StelLaVacations.com. Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Game tied at 103, Toronto and Atlanta at State Farm Arena. 7:43 to go. Fourth quarter, the Hawks have made a slow, steady run, Javon, to close this lead and tie the game.
Well, they made a slow, steady run, but where it has started on the Raptors' end is the turnovers, right? They've turned over the basketball 19 times. And if you continue to cough that basketball up, you're going to keep your opponent in the game. And fortunately for the Raptors, you know, Atlanta's only converted for 28 points on those 19 turnovers. So, really, a young team, you really have to value the basketball. And again, Atlanta's played the long game. They've turned this into a marathon, not a race. And now in this fourth quarter, right, Trae Young is getting a bit more comfortable. 13 points from 11 assists, but you can see he's more aggressive looking to score.
Raptors, front court, Shed into the ball game. Drives, kicks it to Grady. Shot clock at 5. They get it to Barnes on Hunter. Scotty turns. Tough jumper in the air, short. Atlanta gets a stop. They look for the lead on this trip. Okongwu in the lane, jams it down.
That's big-time recognition by Trae Young. Okongwu running down, rim running, and just seeing RJ's under the basket, smaller defender, get it to him, let him finish.
Grady, 3, no good. Rebound, knocked away. Raptors on the ropes here. Atlanta up 105-103. 6:55 to go. We approach the top of the stretch. Trae Young up top. On the bounce. Hash mark 3 is good. Far side. 108-103. Atlanta by 5. Barnes up top. Drives on Hunter. Into the lane. Turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound Okongwu. Off to Trae Young. Bogdanovich far side. To Hunter, guarded by Scotty Barnes. Now to Young. On the dribble, Young. I'm mesmerized by his ability to carry the ball without a call. Daniels in the lane, finds the loose ball, lays it up, no good. Tipped up twice, no good. Rebound comes down to Jamal Shed. Raptors dodge a couple of bullets there. Shed drives and is bumped by Hunter. And that'll be a technical foul on DeAndre Hunter. He just air punched right at official Pat Frayer.
And Hunter has to be more control. He has to be more poised. This is poor timing right now at this point in the game, right? For Atlanta, they have good motion right now. Momentum's in their side, in their favor. and you pick up a technical foul.
The Raptors apply the tourniquet, stop the bleeding with the Barnes free throw, and they'll have the ball now, trailing 108-104, top of the stretch, 5:48 to go.
Defense!
Shed, far side, left wing, cross court to Boucher, steps into a three and knocks it in the bottom of the well. Big bucket for Toronto. Boucher with 17 off the bench. And they got the foul on Boucher, the lob. Chris was on the back line, and he looks at his teammates in front of him and puts his fingers together with his thumb on both hands, saying, you got to talk, guys. We don't know what's going on. Okongwu takes the inbound, gets it to Hunter, drives in the lane to Daniels, spin, kick out. Hunter, step back, three is good. 111-107, Atlanta by 4, 5:15 to go. Fight starts now. Boucher, far corner. Up top, gets it to Shed. On the dribble, Shed. Works, keeps Trae Young behind him, floats it up, no good. Rebound knocked away to Atlanta. Shed comes away holding his right arm. Trae Young in the lane, throws it up, no good. Rebound though. Barnes fouls Okongwu.
You forced up a tough shot out of Trae Young. Yes, Scotty gets caught that hostage dribble, but the positive out of that is that you got him off of the three-point line. Remember, he just hit a 28-footer out there, so he's capable of knocking it down. Scotty forces a tough shot, and then Atlanta comes up with the offensive rebound. At this point in the game, you can't leave anything on the table.
I thought it was interesting that Trae Young jumped sideways into Scotty Barnes. Jamal Shed reaching for his right shoulder, trying to get the ball from Okongwu. And goes to the bench, and trainers talking to him. Second free throw good by Okongwu. Atlanta 113, Toronto 107. Biggest lead of the game for the Hawks right now at 6. Can the Raptors make a muscle? Pirtle has it knocked away, gets it back. Barnes, far side, on Daniels. Drives, backs him down, finds Pirtle underneath. Ball knocked away and wrapped up. Hunter and Pirtle. Raptors with some high-risk passes in very tight quarters. Pirtle will jump it up with Hunter. Everybody jockeying for position around the circle. Pirtle's got a box. He can tip it between Mitchell and Barnes on the far side. And that's where it goes. Mitchell down the baseline, puts it up, no good. Pirtle follows, misses, and then volleyballs it back into the hoop with two hands. I mean, literally looked like the short set. I know that. I got two kids that are setters on volleyball team. Trae Young, Atlanta leading 113-109. And Young being hit by Davion Mitchell, but looking like he was hit by a sniper in the upper regions of State Farm Arena. I'm really having a hard time with the deceit of officials. Not just Trae Young, I'm talking about the NBA in general right now. Young drives far side, pulls for three, no good, rebound to Barrett. RJ off to Scotty, 113-109, 3:50 to go. Barnes deep three is in the bottom of the well. Raptors cut the lead. 113-112, it's a deep three from Barnes. Offensive foul, Dyson Daniels. As Trae Young tried to use the screen. Oh, they're going to look at Scotty and say it's a 2, that right toe hit the line. I don't know. They should review that one. Right now, it says 3 on our official score, but on the TV score, it has it as a 2. Nonetheless, the Raptors down 2 or 1 with the ball, looking for the lead. Barrett drives, spins off Daniels, lays it up and in. Game tied at 1:13. They said officially it was a 2 by Scotty. Trae Young in the lane, floats it up, no good. And there it is again. Beats the guy, stops, and almost jumps back into him.
Toronto over the limit. Trae Young at the line.
You know, and we can banter about officials night in, night out. The fact still remains that the guards have to get over that screen and get in front of the offense, get in front of the basketball. Right, Trae Young, I give him credit for the attack and creating the advantage. Yes, he sells the call a bit, but that is still on the guards to, and communication as well, whether the bigs are stepping up and helping or you're going under. But you know the type of threat that Trae is. One, you got to get into him and not allow him to get shots at the three-point line, but you also got to ride him over and get back in front.
1:15, 1:13 Atlanta. Barnes, far side, left wing. 3:09 to go. Barnes up top, left side, gets a screen from Pirtle. Works into the lane. Tough turnaround on DeAndre Hunter, no good. But Scotty screaming and getting the foul call. He'll go to the line for 2. We get a look at the replay. There was contact. Barnes with 21 on the night. First free throw rattles home. It's a 1-point Atlanta lead, 1:15, 1:14. Second free throw short, knocked away. The Raptors have it. Barrett to Pirtle. Kick out top. Barrett, 3, got it for the lead. RJ in the bottom of the well. Toronto goes up 1:17, 1:15. Trae Young back. Up top, near side, left wing. Gets it to DeAndre Hunter in the lane to Dyson Daniels. Down the baseline, floats it up and in.
That's good ball movement by Atlanta. I thought Davion Mitchell did a good job of covering 3 guys on the perimeter. Daniels just getting his spot and the float on the right side of the basket.
Barnes to Pirtle in the lane. Yaka floats it up short. Rebound Okongwu. Here comes Atlanta. 2:10 to go. Down the stretch we come. Game tied at 1:17. Bogdanovich 3, no good. Rebound Barnes. Scotty up the middle of the floor. Raptors in the red, moving left to right. Barnes kicks it out to Mitchell.
After video review by the replay center, the main field goal at 3 minutes and 50 seconds by Scotty Barnes has been overturned from a 2-point field goal to a 3-point field goal.
So you just heard the announcement. Scotty's 2 was really a 3. So the score is 118, 117 Toronto. So the Raptors have a little bit of an edge. Minute 54 to go, shot clock at 15. Toronto ball, front court, in the red, moving left to right. Grady up top, on the bounce, gets it to Barrett. Against Daniels, now to Pirtle. Back to Barrett. RJ, step back, jumper, no good. Rebound by Pirtle is no good. The shot clock expired.
Yeah, that was a tough one, and I get the idea right there. Try to get the dribble handoff with Pirtle and just didn't get enough distance from the defense, and tough one as the clock's winding down.
Minute 35 to go. Here comes Atlanta.
Great switch by Atlanta on that play.
Young on the bounce. Works far side. His three in the air short. Rebound knocked away. They say Atlanta ball. Scotty could only get his left hand on it. Young inbound baseline right, near side. Long time, finally gets it in. And Grady peeling back, knocks it away from Dyson Daniels. Davion Mitchell looking at official James Williams and saying, are you counting to 5? Or sorry, Pat Frere, are you counting to 5? They lob it into Okongwu, back to Trae Young. Up top against Pirtle. They double, swing it to Hunter. Kick, Dyson Daniels. Side step three, no good. Rebound Bogdanovich, but the shot clock ran out. And like the Raptors at the other end, a turnover by Atlanta gives Toronto the ball back. 118-117 Toronto. 1 minute to go in the ball game. Barnes up top, far side, left wing, above the arc. Gets inside. 17-footer is good. Scotty goes up like a thermometer, straight up in the air and drops it home. 121-17 Toronto. Pirtle guarding Trae Young. Young leans in, nothing doing. Bogdanovich drives into the lane, floats it up and in. 40.9 seconds to go. Toronto 120, Atlanta 119. Mitchell brings it front court for Toronto. Gets it to Barnes, above the arc, right side. Pirtle comes for the screen. Scotty gets a step, rides it to the hoop, floats it up, no good. Rebound Atlanta. Here comes Trae Young. Front court. 15 seconds to go in the game. Atlanta can play for the last shot. Young, step back, three, no good. Rebound knocked away. Hunter in the corner. Drives, baseline, floats it up, no good. Knocked away. Pirtle has it. The Raptors are fouled, and they look like they're going to survive. 2.7 to go. Toronto leads by 1. Wow. And there was a foul called on Atlanta. DeAndre Hunter, if it's any benefit to Atlanta, fouled Jakob Pirtle, who only shoots 64% from the line.
I'm a little surprised by Trae Young's shot. He had 11 seconds on the clock. I think he thought they were down by 3 or was going for the win. Maybe thought they were down by 2 and try to get the win, because he had an opportunity. He had the advantage on RJ getting to that left hand and pulled back to take a tough step back 3.
Pirtle makes the first free throw. 121-119. Toronto by 2.
And only down by 1. I'm really surprised by that. Good job by RJ sticking with him.
Pirtle knocks down the second one cleanly. It's 122-119 Toronto. And they are 1 stop and 2.7 seconds away from what would be only their second road win of the season. All right, Javon. A lot of three-point shooters on the floor for Atlanta. You think about Young, Krejci, Bogdanovich, DeAndre Hunter. Your defense has to be airtight.
Has to be airtight, or you could also think about fouling as soon as that basketball goes in and not giving up a potential 3.
I know some coaches say it's hard to practice it, but if you can force the guy away from the basket and catch it with his back facing the basket, I would jump on and foul them.
Everything right now needs to be going to the basket, right? Nothing, you can't get a clean look at the three-point line at all.
All right, let's see what Atlanta comes out with. Quinn Snyder drawing it up with Hunter, Bogdanovich, Daniels sitting down in front of him. Raptors break the huddle. Bruce Brown out there on the floor for defensive purposes.
You can already see, right, Davion Mitchell top blocking Trae Young. The first time we've seen this defense was against Golden State Warriors, where Davion just really funneled everything Steph Curry to the basket.
Every Raptor standing on the wrong side defensively.
They're switching everything.
Daniels trying to get it in. And they call another timeout. Atlanta uses their last timeout. Pirtle doing a magnificent job of being big, making it tough for Daniels to pass it in. I'm all for that. I don't like the old center field because it's a free look for the passer.
You have a big defender on the ball, and you mentioned it as well. The other four guys are funneling everything, top blocking, playing on the high side, calling out all the switches. You have Bogdanovich, Trae Young, Okongwu, all of those guys in action and couldn't really get the basketball inbounded. Forced Quinn Snyder to call his final timeout. An exceptional defense by the Raptors in understanding the importance and value of communication, staying disciplined, and not allowing the inbound. Right, you have 2.7 seconds. The most important person is also the inbounder right now. If you're going to have Pirtle the big on the basketball, right, you've got to be careful here because that ball gets in and you get one shovel pass right to that corner, or as soon as the inbounder steps up, that's still a good look.
Can you do it again, though, if you're the Raptors? 2.7 seconds to go. Toronto 122. Atlanta 119. Raptors need a stop to secure their second road win of the season. Atlanta with a new formation. 4 guys in a line up the left side, the near side of the lane. A lot of action. They get it into Okongwu. Turns, fires for 3, short, no good. And the Toronto Raptors go to Atlanta and hold off the Hawks for only their second road win of the season, but it's a final at State Farm Arena. Toronto 122, Atlanta 119.
Survive and move on. Get the heck out of there, get to the shower, get back to the hotel, and whatever you need to do for recovery, right? This one wasn't pretty, Jones. 20 turnovers for the Raps, but they found a way in the last few seconds of this game to pull it out defensively. Scotty Barnes comes up big again for this team, right, on the defensive end, but also his 25-point contribution, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And I thought this was a well-rounded game, right? R.J. Barrett was pretty quiet, hit a big 3 late, 15 points for him, 6 rebounds. And Jakob Poeltl, again, another silent assassin, 17 points, 9 rebounds there for him. Bruce Brown, in his 4th game, just playing really good basketball, and this team is playing inspired. The team playing passionate, a collective effort from this group, 48 points off the bench, and they stuck to what they do well, right? Points in the paint. They dominated in the paint. Atlanta didn't have much size with Capella out, and I think, games like this, it's not pretty, 20 turnovers, and you look at this and there's so much to take away, so much to improve. But they pulled it out, right? You get to the top of that mountain, and you're able to get over the mountain. And that's important for a team learning how to win, learning how to pull out these victories. And I think that is special about this win right here.
Well, the Raptors got it. They get the win. They go to Atlanta and defeat the Hawks 122-119. They'll try to do it again on Saturday night. But for now, the sweet smell of victory for the Raptors, 122-119. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewinberg up next on the postgame. For all of us here at TSN 1050, we say thank you for listening. The Raptors defeat Atlanta 122-119. This has been Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. Good night from the studio.
5 attempts. Unfortunately, during Game 2 of the World Series that autumn, he was picked off first base by the Dodgers' Mike Marshall. He was also caught stealing twice in the ALCS against the Baltimore Orioles. Washington got into 13 more games in the 1975 season before being released by the A's. His career line shows 105 games played over 2 seasons, where he stole 31 bases.
What's up, Raptors fans? How you doing? January 25th, the Raptors and the Hawks, right here at State Farm Arena. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Please make sure to hit that like button down the bottom. Come on, we the North. I can't hear you. We need you in the chat. We got to beat the Hawks tonight. Let's get back to the basketball. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button if you're new. Go Raps, go. We the North. I can't hear you.
When the Raptors and Hawks play, January 25th, I won't be here. Go Raptors, go.
47 XM 212 and Internet 901, Blazers on Internet 904. 7:30 p.m., Milwaukee Bucks take on the Miami Heat. Bucks on Sirius XM channels 86 Internet 896, Heat on Internet 895. 7:30 p.m., Atlanta Hawks face the Toronto Raptors. Hawks on Sirius XM channels 167 Internet 880, Raptors on Internet 907. 8 p.m., Oklahoma City Thunder face the Dallas Mavericks. Thunder on Sirius 108 XM 213 and Internet 900, Mavericks on Internet 886. 9 p.m., Denver Nuggets face the Sacramento Kings. Nuggets on Sirius 139 XM 214 and Internet 887, Kings on Internet 905. 10 p.m., Golden State Warriors face the Chicago Bulls. Warriors on Sirius 162 XM 216 and Internet 899. Warriors on Sirius 162 XM 216 and Internet 889. Bulls on Internet 884. 10 p.m., LA Lakers face the Boston Celtics. Lakers on Sirius XM channels 86 Internet 893. Celtics on Internet 881. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. 10:30 p.m., LA Clippers face the Washington Wizards. Clippers on Sirius 160 XM 215 and Internet 892. Wizards on Internet 909. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins take on the Ottawa Senators. Bruins on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 921. Senators on Internet 939. 7 p.m., New York Rangers face the Philadelphia Flyers. Rangers on Sirius 209 XM 220 and Internet 938. Flyers on Internet 940. 7 p.m., Detroit Red Wings face the Montreal Canadiens. Red Wings on Sirius 208 XM 219 and Internet 929. Canadiens on Internet 934. 7 p.m., Carolina Hurricanes face the Columbus Blue Jackets. Hurricanes on Sirius 210, XM 221 and Internet 924. Blue Jackets on Internet 927. 8 p.m., St. Louis Blues face the Vegas Golden Knights. Blues on Sirius 211, XM 222 and Internet 944. Knights on Internet 949. 8 p.m., Minnesota Wild face the Utah Hockey Club. Wild on XM 223, Internet 933. Utah on Internet 947. 9 p.m., Calgary Flames face the Buffalo Sabres. Flames on XM 201, Internet 923. Sabres on Internet 922. 9 p.m., Edmonton Oilers take on the Vancouver Canucks. Oilers on XM 202, Internet 930. Canucks on Internet 948. 10 p.m., Anaheim Ducks face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ducks on Sirius 208, XM 219 and Internet 920. Penguins on Internet 941. 10 p.m., Seattle Kraken takes on the Washington Capitals. Kraken on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 943. Capitals on Internet 950. 10:30 p.m., San Jose Sharks face the Nashville Predators. Sharks on Sirius 209, XM 220 and Internet 942. Predators on Internet 935. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Thursday, January the 23rd. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 2 p.m., Indiana Pacers take on the San Antonio Spurs. Pacers on Sirius XM channels 86 Internet 891, Spurs on Internet 906. 7 p.m., Orlando Magic face the Portland Trailblazers. Magic on Sirius 137 XM 212 and Internet 901, Blazers on Internet 904. 7:30 p.m., Milwaukee Bucks take on the Miami Heat. Bucks on Sirius XM channels 86 Internet 896, Heat on Internet 895. 7:30 p.m., Atlanta Hawks face the Toronto Raptors. Hawks on Sirius XM channels 167 Internet 880, Raptors on Internet 907. 8 p.m., Oklahoma City Thunder face the Dallas Mavericks. Thunder on Sirius 108 XM 213 and Internet 900, Mavericks on Internet 886.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton. Teemu Selanne is one of hockey's all-time greats. He played till he was 43, and over the 21 NHL seasons, he was a point-per-game player. Among his accomplishments, he was a 10-time All-Star, a Rocket Richard Trophy winner, a Stanley Cup champion, and he won the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year in 92-93, and what a season that was. He was 22, he was playing with the Jets, and in North America for the first time. At the end of the season, he had 100 132 points, including 76 goals. That smashed Mike Bossy's record of 53 for most by a player in a rookie season. The way Selanne set the record became perhaps the most iconic moment of his career. He did it with a hat trick in front of the home fans in Winnipeg against Quebec and proceeded to throw his glove in the air and pretend to shoot it with his stick. He would go on to spend the next 2 decades playing his way into the hearts of hockey fans all around North America, and was one of the rare stars who even fans of rival teams didn't have anything bad to say about. By the end of his career, when that was done, he was one of the most universally beloved players to ever play the game of hockey. Teemu Selanne, if he probably wanted to, he would have played another 2-3 years, but he knew his time was done. But what a time it was in the NHL. Teemu Selanne, the Finnish Flash, one of the best. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
Get the latest news, opinions,